Welcome back to the last episode of our series in Wrocław, showing you some day-to-day life. In this video, we're going to show you all the information you need to know about rent, mortgage prices, college tuition. We're going to take a little trip to the street food market and a lot more. If you haven't watched the previous episodes yet, make sure you go down and click the links below. You should definitely do it. The first episode is about local salaries and grocery store prices. And the second episode is my assistant Domi and I sitting down and comparing the USA's lifestyle and culture. I've lived out here in Eastern Europe for 8 years now. Domi actually went to the USA last summer, so we have a lot of interesting insights that will illustrate just how different these parts of the world are. Once again, my name is Kyle Mao. I'm the founder and CEO of Hire UA Intimity. Without further ado, let's get into this video. Let's talk about, like in the States, the tuition. If you're, say, a college student and you want to go to college. When I went to school in San Diego back in 2009, it was on average, I think, $17,000 a year with tuition. And then of course you have to live in the dorms if you're not from that exact city. So Domi, like, what's the cost? Like, tuition's, I don't want to say it's free out here to go to university, but it's kind of free.
I mean, we have a public universities. They
Yeah.
are like the best ones, but it's very hard to get on them. So it's for free, of course. But if you wanna, like me, I had a private university. It was like around 6K Polish money for a whole year.
6,000 a year?
Yes.
Polish
Yes.
zloty? Okay.
But just for studying.
Yeah, just tuition. So like just over $1,000 for tuition. That's a huge difference. Price-wise, that's not even close. Kind of going off of the main Rynek Square, and we're going to the small square. Actually, technically, it's called the Salt Square, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
Salt Square.
It's not just the discounts for the trains, trams, but also for the food. Pretty much often in the restaurants, you have a discount if you show the ID.
How much is that usually?
20%.
I would say on average, when I go out with my family, 3 meals and 2 drinks can be had for like $40, give or take. Like a nice place around here. $40, a couple drinks, 3 meals, that's probably about the price. I would say you can go to a lot of the like cafeterias, they're called milk bars. You basically, it's, you know, an assembly line and you put your food and they weigh it at the end, and you can get 2 solid pieces of meat, a side, and a drink for probably about 30, 35 zlotys, so about $7 or $8. And then of course, if you're a student, you get a further discount. So you're 25, right?
Yeah.
If you were to live with a roommate in Poland, in here, what would you need on a monthly basis to be comfortable?
What I know nowadays the rooms are a bit more expensive for me, but it's not more than 2K.
Not a dorm though, like an apartment.
No, I'm telling about like if you're living with a roommate for a room.
Oh, I meant like sharing a 1-bedroom apartment with someone. You each get your own room.
I was counting for me, for example, that I will need 5K probably if I will live with someone to pay for everything, to have my, but you know, everything, gym,
Yeah.
food.
So that's about $1,250, 5,000 zloty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be the best living.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna talk about apartments and show some online in this video, but I pay 10,500 zloty, so a little over $2,500 for my apartment. It's brand new. I'm the first person that's ever lived in it, and that's 3 rooms, 105 meters, and it's a nice place. You know, it's been renovated. It used to be a castle, and it's brand new, so that's very expensive. But I would say on average, like if you want to live in this area in the Rynek, a 1-bedroom 50-meter apartment, which is like 600, 700 square feet, probably going to be 5,000 to 7,000 zloty. In terms of hiring someone from this part of the world, most people who actually like live here are not going to be living here in the very central. Like, this is where the foreigners live. This is where a lot of the expats live. This is where the tourists all stay. But I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Domi, but I don't think you're going to be wanting to live on Rynek.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to live somewhere a little quieter, a little more local.
Just to go on the tram and that's it.
Yeah.
Not by the train, but by the tram.
Yeah, that's the most important thing, is just being near a central tram stop that has a good connection to wherever your job, wherever you need to go on a consistent basis is. We were talking about gyms. Gyms definitely are something that are a step down compared to the West. $80 a month for mine, 320 zlotys, and it's very nice, but what sucks about it is that it's just in the basement. You know, in the States, you always have the big fitness centers that have been renovated, like an old grocery store that's been torn up. There's space, and here it's like everything's shoved into a basement. Yeah, there's very little, there's actually no light in mine, so it's literally in the basement. Where there's only been one gym I've ever liked in Europe that I would say like I really, really loved, and that was Olimpijski Styl in Kiev. And that was just a beautiful gym, huge windows, like a former Olympic training center. God, I fucking hate these things. I don't know what these scooter companies did to allow every freaking city in the world to put these atrocities everywhere, but whatever they did, they really must have bribed the shit out of them. Stupid, stupid, stupid things. They should be outlawed and banned, especially because people can't park them, they can't ride them. I could make an entire video hating on electric scooters, but that is not the point of this video. But yes, fuck those things. Now, there's another one. Why is it able to be parked? Ridiculous. So we're just in, I don't know how to pronounce this. Hala Shibutsky. So it's basically just a food hall. They've got this room. So there's a ribs place, falafel place, Vietnam. There's like a pizza place. And this is a place I'd say is pretty hipster, pretty expensive. And I just ordered ribs, fries, and vegetables, and it was 54 zlotys. So that's about 13 bucks, give or take. So obviously when it comes out and you'll get an idea of what it actually came with. This is more American portion size, I would say, Domi, than what we were expecting. And this will feed both of us easily. Yeah, that's a lot of food. I don't know what we're gonna do with this, but just wanted to give you guys an illustration of, to eat out. I would say this is pretty normal. This is standard for something like this. This would be about the price for something of this quality, of this size. Actually, usually it's not this big, but that's the price, what, $10, $13 for a good meal out. And this is, like I said, brand new place. It's hipster. It's certainly not cheap, and that's about what it'll be. So anyways, let's dig in. So we'll give you a quick overview of apartments here in Wrocław and just pull up a couple so you can kind of get an idea of just the cost of living as far as that goes. So this is the Rynek area where the majority of this video has been shot. And if we just randomly pull up a couple of places, so 5,000 zloty, that's a little over $1,000 a month. And this is kind of like what you can get for it. I mean, it looks small, but if it's in that good of a location, that kitchen's pretty tiny though. Yeah, it's a small kitchen, but like, let's say you're a 25-year-old professional out of school and you get to live in a pretty central location. As you can see, it's, right here in the Rynek area. If you were making, say, $2,000 a month, that's pretty good for one person. Or if it's split between two roommates, that would not be a bad life, especially if you're that central. But if you go out, like Magnolia Park, this is the biggest mall in Wrocław, and it's a pretty nice area. So you can see, we can find a, studio apartment here. Looks like it's got a view of like the forest or a park, and it's a nice place. It's 2,300 zloty. So that's about $600, $700. And I would say, like, if you were, living by yourself, you're a young professional, I think most people would be pretty happy with a location, an apartment like this. Name a district in Wrocław. Domi, what's like a good area that stands out to you?
Maybe like more like here.
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see 45 meters, that's like 700 square feet. Decent size, it's not new, it's just, probably a pretty typical place, and it's, $600 a month. And I would say, if you live in the States, obviously you're used to saying big houses, that's just not common out here. Even houses are typically like 3-bedroom, maybe 1 bathroom, usually maybe 2 bathrooms, but you can find pretty good places here, and you never know what these places really look like when you get into them. But it's a $600 a month apartment in a central spot near a tram station. Think about like when you first graduated college and you moved out, your first job, you're a young professional, you don't have kids, you don't have a family, make do with what you have. An average salary here is not that high. So when you are able to hire someone for a Western job and pay them very little in the scheme of paying someone in America, it's still a lot of money here. You get to change someone's life potentially. So a lot of business owners look at me and they say like, I'm only gonna pay this person, $2,000 a month. It's really not that much money. I don't understand. And it's not very much money in America if you have a car and you have a mortgage, you have all these other things that just stack and stack and stack. It's nothing in the scheme of America, but it's a lot of money here. As these videos have illustrated, you get to change someone's life potentially. You get to make a good living for them. They get a good opportunity to get to improve their English. They get to learn Western business skills. So many upsides for you, so many upsides for them. And honestly, I can't even think of a single downside. Like, I truly cannot think of a single downside for anybody involved in this situation. In any case, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you have enjoyed all the insights that Domi and I have been able to give you into Wrocław in Poland, her hometown. And make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe below if you like this. And we will do some more stuff here in Wrocław and in the rest of Europe. Lots more stuff coming up like this. We have a team meeting in Budapest at the end of July. We are going to be filming a ton of content. You'll get all sorts of opportunities to meet all of the great people who work at Hire UA and Teamity. And I'm also taking a few other trips around to shoot similar videos. So I will be giving you a greater insight into this part of the world, the culture, the food, and into the people that we are actually placing into your business. You've missed a lot if you haven't watched the previous episodes, so go check them out now. I'll leave links down below. You get to see everything about local salaries, grocery store prices, and comparison between the USA and Eastern Europe in terms of lifestyle and culture. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.